They still have range on long with Diha, looking for a fatal connection. Can see Norbert moving through with the Glock now, trying to close that distance as best he can. Jay will certainly help with 2 headshots, and there's Fame as well. So it seems Disaster will continue to be consistent for ENCE and pistol rounds here today.
Flashed, he's got resources to bring into that next round, and Outsiders are hunting him.
How often do you see on a pistol round an entire team chasing a saving CT? That is not something that you see every day. A smoke to try and delay things by that door. How awkward will this be for Outsiders? Who goes in first? Someone's got to swing. See Valde getting close to that CZ, and the bomb is at his feet now. Maiden comes in with a headshot, and things are really turning against his favor all of a sudden.
The bomb dropped inside of the site, and Valde gave it up. He wanted to try and prioritize his life, make sure he didn't go traded and hold that numbers advantage. But now that they found Norbert, it's a 1-on-2, and Fame's not got that bomb down yet. He has to try and go for something cheeky here, but he won't be allowed it. It's a Valde hold, a 3K on the round, and they overturn that pistol loss.
In their hands with the single scouts onto James. They still managed to take long, and Norbert could fight too with the Galil here. 35 bullets won't be enough to kill Snappy though. That is such an important trade for Snappy. That could have been...
Snappy on his 2 HP is going to be very crucial, but Madden, they're spamming for him, so he wants to take this fight, but he will eventually be found. That's the M4 drop. Diha trying his best to take his place, and he will deliver a trio of frags. It's only Flit that remains, and he can't finish off the job. A 4K from Diha.
All things to be observed in demos during the game. Players looking to play around these smokes. Perhaps he will spot one player making his way down, but what else is going on? Hold on a second, they had the information, but he didn't find the frag. How long can he stay here for? He needs a multi-frag, but will he be able to get one? The bomb carrier has dropped, but there will be a trade. They're in the red. Snappy doing what he can, but he cannot pick off Keycut. Valde doesn't have position. He might get a kill from this, but...
There were certain timings that were exploited. That is something that you can find out from demos, kind of similar to what you're saying, but that was the Outsiders go for. They like sending a player to be aggressive early for information, but ENCE are playing close, and Flit's already gone.
Perfect timing from Modern. Not going to re-peek that, falling back a little. Awkward now for both teams, but Valde gets one, trying to fall back himself. He's going to spray, find the bomb, and James. There goes the AWP, down for the CZ, and they clean up without losing. Norbert with the hero AK in this round, trying to open up the long position, but he's got more work to do. He has one more to find. At the very least, the flashes are here. He's able to get the kill with support from Kicker.
Situation like this, but Outsiders are a team that's punished that continuously. Some pious, no one's watching your short, and he overexposes himself, so he got dinked up by Glocks and the rifles alike, and now an AWP that can make its way into James' hands. James loves is having money in the bank account, and just the fact he's able to steal that one away.
As there is a big concentration of players in this short position. Flit, will he be dropping? Indeed he will, but Snappy's got a grenade out. Horrible timing for him, and big opportunity for Outsiders. A swing and a miss from St. Pius, and surely they can shut this down now. 22 seconds, Fame alone with the bomb wins a crucial duel, and there's nothing left for ENCE to do.
Yeah, they were burning time, so for some reason, nade out and in the wrong spot. Very well done, very well called here from the Outsiders, and Valde's gun is gone as well. They don't really have the best of funds here on ENCE, so keeping hold of what little they can would be ideal, but Outsiders play this game themselves. They know where you're likely to save. Diha getting a couple of kills, but they commit too much. Flit unable to find the trade. Diha stands his ground, 3 kills, but it will be an Outsiders round.
Outsiders connoisseurs of the MAC-10 and the MP9 are on the bus, and the bus is into the B bomb site. They're all here. The passengers are on the way. Diha blind but alive for now. Got to find some kills quickly. There's a third one from Valde as well. Great support from these CTs on B.
Would not, and ENCE are playing it patient. They're waiting for that timer to tick, but now that smoke is fading as well. They'll try and cheat through it. Fame finds Madden for free, but they're both brought so low within an inch of their life. Outsiders, can they somehow make it out of a round like this?
They still have a minute on the clock. Surely they try and find a kill somehow, but how? Snappy patiently waiting. Look at his timing. Okay, second burst and he gets there. Flit 1 versus 3, 9 HP. Not today, sir. Modern trying to create some space on this bomb site. Valde looking to clear the tunnels. Flit still alive for now. Just needs to connect one more time, Valde, and he'll be able to do that. Only sees one player there. Big problems on the A bomb site, though. Modern by that goose spot. Just waiting for this push. They're stuck at the moment, Outsiders, and that's allowing time for the CT rotation. Mudden will be dropped, but has he done enough? Snappy is here as well. Bomb planted, 3-on-3.
Some Pius went for the jump shot and he got punished immediately. Diha as well could get nothing on his rotation. So now it's a Valde 1 versus 3. Was awkward in fights with Flit, but it's a fast headshot onto Fame.
But it might not stay that way for long because the money is not spectacular for ENCE, putting it mildly, as Outsiders tie the score. Maybe a sound cue if he falls off now. No, nice and quiet. Does he scope in again? Looking for more. Oh, just an erratic movement. And they've lost the AWP now. Such time has passed that Flit gets 3 kills from lower tunnel. And this is not going to go well for ENCE at all.
Yeah, Valde can't get anything with his AK. He saved over as well. So all the weapons, all the hope is gone. Outsiders have won this half, 8 so far.
But soon the pilgrimage will begin.
Valde, immediate smoke on the reaction, and D has plucked one out before the smoke at the doors as well. So Valde's playing around with the smoke he dropped, but Jane brought low, and Kickert's got the kill they needed. An equalizer, 3-on-3, and Flit's here to silence these rotates.
Carefully positioned around that slanted wall, not to reveal his position, but to punish the CTs for theirs. Smart stuff from him. We've got a rotation in T-spawn with no kit. That's a long journey, to put it mildly. 2 players remain, 1 in lower tunnel. Snappy could threaten to make a play. Hold on a second. How has that happened? He lost half his health to a late molly there. Trying to look for Flit, and Kicker will get a free one. 2 versus 1 now, not in favor of Marden. No kit, no more health. 9 rounds at halftime for Outsiders.
Support, but James there to see if he can find an easy head, but all these flashes, and they realize exactly what's going on. They had 2 players set up in CT already, and Jane gets 2 freebies, but Norbert's gone.
This could turn into ENCE's favor with Snappy's position, get some extra range with the USP, and now things are very awkward for Outsiders. Indeed, moving forward actually, never mind playing from the pit, he's going to come and help his teammates. They're going to try and take it by force, but now starting to move back as they lose the numbers. Diha's got more to do, 1 up top, 1 at the bottom, almost like a game show. Goes for the higher one, doesn't finish off the job though. 5 HP for Fame. There is a kit in the hands of Kicker. Snappy trying to find an angle. The bomb's not actually planted for him. Not planted for him at all. 5 HP Fame might just get there. And they've been robbed in another pistol round. The last kill won't matter.
Trying to maybe find and capitalize. They have priorities. Taking short because they lost long control, and Norbert will find it. So there is no second prong to the assault.
Footsteps surely to be heard. That scout has done so much damage, and they drop like flies. 3 plays to 5 for Outsiders. All those scout tags. You heard it here first. Pistols are out for ENCE. Things looking somewhat dry. They have a deagle here and there. There's the first one. Marden with 2. All right then. Maybe there's some potential. Jane was definitely feeling the urgency to find something. Looking one way, shot in the back of the head now. Close casket funeral for him. Nothing but domes being delivered by ENCE.
Oh, there's a couple back there from Fame though, so this still makes it contestable, and they have not been able to find him as of yet. He's so elusive, tucks himself at the back of the bomb site, and he's waiting for reinforcements before allowing this duel, but Fame will instead handle it himself. That looked...
They'll need long for the retake. Still, with Flit in the middle doors, no guarantee it's going to be A just yet. Oh, that's a big frag. That opens all the doors now for ENCE.
Yeah, probably likely to link up as well. Valde's still lurking inside those upper tunnels, and it's smoked off right now, so it doesn't have a sight line, but he's hoping that the ramp players will take attention. Kickert's at least mowing the first player down. The second as well. Marden doesn't even get to fire off shots, but caught on the reload. Fame will finally trade it out, and running through that smoke, Valde finds nothing, but the some pious miss. It couldn't have come at a more inopportune time, because Outsiders have help, and they will get themselves another. Start to stack more and more presence over towards long. The question is about whether it's going to get there in time. They made this call as soon as they cleared upper, but they're actually still fighting for it. Norbert trying to get through that smoke. It's a free kill for Marden. The flash didn't quite align, and Jane makes sure that they're cut 1 thin before the site.
Deploying some incendiaries towards the site itself. That'll buy time for potential rotations or better positioning for Outsiders. Fame and Flit will come through with some smoke frags, and now we're in a 4 versus 2. Outsiders found the information they needed, and they will punish. Diha will have to go for the hardest plant to defend. No spicy angles, and down goes Diha with a boost. So it's Pius now versus 3. He gets another 1v1, but Kika just about gets there. We saw the scope.
Fame's got the AWP, and they're playing close as well. It's all about whether they pull the pin on this timing. Heard the nade being primed, and so jumping around the corner, the first one's free. Fame still at the back of the site, and Kicker's there to support as well. They don't know that there's a third player here. They already dealt with one, and the AWP is still alive and kicking. Kicker makes sure that they can get no further than those tunnels. And Outsiders have put themselves at 15. Some Pious, I think, is just gonna try and save this.
Don't fancy the odds for ENCE. It's about survival now for St. Pius, and again, just like the pistol round in the first half, he will be hunted, the last player for ENCE.
Do or die now here on our first map, and ENCE are left wanting. James aggressive, and the Deek's out. He hits the one Deek on this, just a spam. He was doing it off cooldown, but they can't get another follow-up frag. Fame try as he might, does retreat and try to play the numbers. ENCE
one going towards short, one going towards long. St. Pius with an angle. Surely Flit looks towards the long corner. Indeed he does. And that would give St. Pius the jump to get the kill. That's going to make things real hard for Norbert now. Look at the bait there onto Snappy, though. That is fantastic from Norbert. Where is the other player? We'll expect him to be in basically the same position. Walking into the crossfire now, the information is known. Dihar will win the duel. Ever confident Dihar. And Fame, his job has changed. Save the AWP.
First point of contact, and as soon as he drew one player out into the open, that's when ENCE decided to pounce.
There appears to be a focus on that B bomb site for the ENCE squad, and Fame has got a nice lineup and all the information he needs. The bomb is at the B bomb site, and Flit will try to support. This time, no dice. There could be flashes coming in for Fame. Indeed, there are as he faces the floor. One more is dropped. Valde will lose the bomb. Where's the rest of the squad? 2 versus 4. Dihar and St. Pius trying to do what they can, but the cavalry keep coming for Outsiders.
They're so split as well. Dihar playing around the smoke, but there's 3 in close proximity. It's dink for dink. 4 kills for Fame in the potentially 16th round here for Outsiders, and he keeps on tagging up St. Pius. Come on, do it. New addition, who cares? Fame could just finish this off with an ace, but St. Pius is trapped. They need heroics from him, and they can't do it. It will be James to finish it off. A 16-8 scoreline.
Break the curse, if you will. Valde trying to close that distance, and he will be able to get the first kill. Down goes James. We can see that full rotation coming through from the CTs. Patient shot to the Glock, and are they going to win this pistol round?
It's certainly a possibility. It's looking likely. Valde getting these 2 kills has given them so much room, but they can't sit on their laurels too quick. Flit finding one and bringing it back to a 3-on-4, and they've got a kit, so they have time.
There's a flash for both sides. ENCE really, just for their own confidence, must win a pistol round. Dihar will make it even harder for Outsiders now as Flit and Norbert remain. Flashbangs being deployed, but Flit is in a 1 versus 4, and they've done it. They've broken the curse, which I would imagine he will use in a pop flash fashion. But will the timing favor Outsiders? They'll do what they can, but the Mac 10 will get some bonus money. Oh! That's quite something there. Always nice to get a quick knife round in a round which isn't a knife round. Some forward grenades on the ramp to limit what the CTs can do, but you still have to have some risk to try and find an entry, and there is Martin delivering on a promise he might have made to his teammates. He gets traded, but he has created some space, and Pius now looks to follow up. He will be denied by the likes of Flit. They have weakened this push from ENCE. These rifles can be rescued, though.
James can't quite cover the angle in time, and actually caught Norbert off guard, but able to adjust, and Valde dropped. He lost the in the meantime as well, so Snappy's all that's left. A 1-on-4, and they are all over him. Behind, there is no sanctuary, and Flit will even go to chase him down. Wanted that 3rd extra kill in this round, but Snappy's hopes are doomed. A tying round from Outsiders, rather Snappy. Yeah, Kicker getting that AWP out of James' hands. Even he's not so greedy, and he knows that they're on pistols. He loves farming up extra cash. Flit instead fights with the A1S, and that means that rifle can be retrieved because James can't cover it.
James must understand how urgent this position is if he's going to give the AWP to a teammate. Can't land the smoke properly, though, but they can land the frags, and that will be key. Again, not much for ENCE to offer in the first place. I think 1 kill, you can be happy with that.
Outsiders have 2 in position, and they have a fast rotate available as well with Flit. So if ENCE decide to NB like they're postured up to be, they're in for a world of hurt. Norbert starting off the affair, and Flit is there as well from the window. Fame can activate all 3 players, having contributions here for the Outsiders defense, and St. Pius is left alone again. First shot on that AWP will land, but there's more numbers, and a nade will finish the job. It will be a 4th for Outsiders.
Maybe they'll change gears later on, but for now, indeed, they have been looking strong. Fame a little further forward as this fast round comes in from ENCE, so they find themselves their entry, but there's more players to deal with here as they're bunching up. Norbert finds one.
So close to the action as well, and around that smoke, Valde will try and find more, but Martin burns to the flames, just on the small embers of it because it was expiring soon, and Flit's got another. It's now Valde that has to be the instrument for this round if ENCE want any success, lest they be singing songs of better days. Valde dropped just as easily, and Flit is finally dealt with, but it's again, we've seen Sampaius in so many 1vx's, and he hasn't been able to find too much success. Outsiders playing it slow.
It's going to be real hard for him to isolate fights as that smoke gets redeployed. Committing to the bomb plant here, not going to get baited off it. Norbert's reload will give his position away. Shotgun mode for Sampaius. He sees a leg. Oh, we've got a 360 MLG. No scope. Down he goes as well. Crazy stuff.
Just Kickered at the sandbags, and one side player, there's going to be James as well on short, but they get back in here in time and they don't clear the sandbags, so Kicker gets freebies. That's the bomb dropped on the ramp, 27 seconds, and the closest person that could have retrieved it has also been dealt with. They've now found Snappy, and Valde is just all alone. We've seen so many 1v3s, 1v4s, but we haven't had it on a rifle. Valde trimming the fat a little with one more kill, but he's calling it. It's another Outsiders success. It actually looked like ENCE had the read there. They had some tells on how Outsiders were going to play around on A. ENCE have information on look at the front of the bomb site and Molotov in as well. This is looking fairly clean here for ENCE because Outsiders didn't have the presence on A.
Bomb getting planted now around the 35-second mark, and the retake smokes are here. They'll need some kills first though. And there's the opening frag after the bomb is planted in favor of ENCE, but they don't really have the firepower to contest Outsiders in the way they want to. 4v2 for the retake as these smokes start to get deployed now. One more for Norbert to throw. Everybody's got a kit as well. Well, they need some body blocking to defuse this bomb. They're still looking for frags elevated over that smoke. You can see that AWP raining out. No one's on that bomb just yet, though, and Valde is still alive. Norbert starting to defuse now. Fame trying to find Valde. He's taken down the diffuser. James won't have time, I don't believe, to get this. It's going to be close. It's going to be real close. Is he going to make it? No! There's a round for ENCE, and the crowd are super happy with that.
4 bodies, and they are all warm here on the Outsiders. They are ready to pounce right in. The molly on the default boxes will do nothing to stop Valde from getting that plant down. Sampaius standing his ground, but Valde's there to trade. And having just a 1-for-1 like that, ENCE don't have the numbers to sustain that. Low HP on a number of players, and Kickert's dealt with on the flank. That's a critical kill for Snappy. He's trying to set up Valde to have some kind of success, but no one's seen on the swing. And it's all about whether or not they can find these heads. Snappy's so quick with it. Off-axis plant, so it's a little awkward to try and find the lineup, and if they do, that would be great, but they're sticking the defuse, and Snappy has to land it, but he can't. It's a stolen round this time, no miraculous headshot through smoke.
But those can be used in the right way and be very dangerous indeed. Not too terrible in that respect.
This is the round that secures a comeback if ENCE are going to allow to be doing exactly that. And Snappy finding the opening kill will at least make things a little easier. Outsiders are somewhat stuck. They've got bodies on this bomb site, but taking a lot of damage for these duels and getting away with it. Norbert as well. The spam is right on the queue, so Outsiders a man advantage.
Fame on 10 HP. Life may be difficult for him. His job may be cannon fodder. You can see him jumping into the site. It is exactly that. Look how he swings to the side, trying to open opportunity for his teammates, and they will deliver for him. They'll make it worthwhile. Sampaius again in the clutch on the B bomb site. Such a hard spot for him. No plant just yet. He's got to find the frags.
Oh, they built this boost so quick as well. I don't know if Sampaius could consider it, but he's not taking the long approach, instead playing close. Sound cues. They're starting to think he might have evaded them and actually gone back to the A bomb site, but Sampaius is still trailing forward and trying to find an advantage, but they had a crossfire built. Really good reaction there from Outsiders, gave a lot of respect. So to have them not firing on all cylinders may be something that comes back to haunt them, but execute on A here for ENCE, and they have done so with minimal resistance. Kicker was holding for that exact play for Sampaius. He didn't have to adjust his crosshair at all, and planting the bomb safely isn't really looking likely.
He's seen that story before. Kicker, the Molotov spreads just in time to finish off Snappy. Now all the smokes have gone, and ENCE is starting to disappear as well. Outsiders, 5 versus 1. Valde in the clutch, he'll tease James, but he's instantly traded by Flip.
I feel like they've tried a few different approaches. Talked about the Molotov disrupting some nade lineups, and Outsiders throw it. Oh man, Diha's already gone, but the Galil at least can make its way into new hands.
Grenades being lined up now. And Norbert and Fame will line up the headshots as best they can. St. Pius and Snappy remain 2 versus 5 with Tech 9s, and it's going to be a hard task to even get up those stairs, and they will be denied. ENCE are capable. Some flying tees down the ramp, Valde will say. Not going to fall back though. He is ready for the pops with the USP. He's got a teammate for help as well, but St. Pius and Snappy now have been dropped. Advantage Outsiders. As Outsiders will consider their next step. It's gone from the ramp to the side. He is being looked for though by KitKat. He's got a better angle and he will find a kill as well. Trade by Norbert, he has the superior angle. Advantage Outsiders again.
And they can afford no mistakes with that package. Fame going alone at first, but James will be there to join him and try and trade, but Fame doesn't even need his backup. Outsiders have broken into a 3-on-1, and Madden's not had the sharpest of games. If there was ever a moment to try and pull something off and have a high impact round, now would be it. Madden's got the first, and running through those flames, trying to catch them, repositioning. Low HP player on that low ground, and Fame is just toying with him, allowing James to hold him on the high, and Fame will instead deliver.
And all this time, yes, ENCE had aggression towards B, but it had to fall back from that eventually once the utility ran out, and they are limited in information, but they're getting all the information now. Problems arising on the A bomb site. Already a kill for Outsiders. They're really good at these 5v4s, looking to capitalize on that, but Valde will deny them with 2 frags. Traded eventually, but he might have done enough as Flip finds himself alone. 17 seconds, and he's had quite enough of this. These slow rounds, really nervous for the CT side as well. It's like almost playing a T side on train. You have a look at their position towards that B bomb site.
Oh, Madden, that's a big mistake. Try to go for a flank and another rifle is given over. I mean, you might have A ramp control, but if they just group themselves up and hit that B bomb site, there's a real possibility as well. But I think they know they got that tag on Valde, so they're expecting to go to a weaker side.
Oh my days!
How on earth does he get that so quick?
They had so much control. Now it feels like they've got absolutely none. Snappy needs a multi-frag. There's the first. They're bunching up for him. That's exactly what they needed to keep ENCE alive in this game. 1 versus 2. James avoids a grenade, down to 13 HP now. He can still make this painful. He can still win this round. Looking for the CTs, running out of time to plant this bomb. The smoke will be gone soon. It might have to be by elimination. Suggesting he's fallen away. Smoke forward actually, just covering himself, but the USP will do the job. Too difficult towards the end.
Smokes as well around the map, and they divert themselves back over towards mid. Diha behind the sandbags, and they didn't expect him to be in there, so when he pops his head up, it's 3. So Outsiders leave their sole teammate and Kickert alive, and he wasn't a part of the party. And looking like they are securing an 8 here, and it's all Diha that does the damage. Valde will finish off business, but they now within 5. Maybe ENCE want to play a little closer to the action, and if they do, they could be in for a world of hurt. They got so much distance. I'm surprised Norbert doesn't come away with that. Madden had to adjust late. 1 for 1, and Snappy really good on this angle, it appears. Fame didn't really stand a chance, and Snappy just keeps on hitting heads.
I really wonder how that mid position will develop in the buy rounds for Outsiders, because even catching somebody off guard like that in a pistol round, that's information. If they feel like there's a weakness there, that is something they may look to exploit in a round later on. ENCE on the cusp of double figures now, moving. This is a fast-moving round from Outsiders. Fast-moving indeed. St. Pius came off of his initial angle before he went for it and catches James elsewhere. There is a play to his right-hand side, though, and he could be caught himself. Kickert's going to peek eventually. Hold on a second. There's a free kill. 2 kills at the same time now. But ENCE will fight back. Snappy with another multi-frag on the ramp. He refuses to lose.
Wow, the ultimate speed bump, and sometimes just sending outsiders sailing off the map, but it's not quite done yet. 2 players that remain here for ENCE as Norbert pulls it down to just the remainder. Snappy is forced out of position by the Molotov, and he couldn't afford to take damage. Diha as well as...
There is this smoker bait. There's no sound cues behind it. They're walking, they're not running. There is a quick molly now as Norbert tries to do what he can. The combination, though, won't work out, and he gets both Diha and denies the bomb plant. ENCE make it to 10.
Trying to make this mid take work. Snappy's found his kill, and that will come at no kind of trade. Information, player jump up and down, and Martin gets immediately domed, but it's head for head, and Sampaio's not looking the right direction. The B bomb site open for business, and ENCE can't afford an initiative battle at 15 rounds. If outsiders get this, it might be Kurt and Snappy. His barrel spotted, so Fame makes sure he's dropped as well. Valde needs this weapon. The funds have run thin for ENCE. It is a team effort through and through. We have had our standouts, that is for sure. Flit has been exceptional. They're peeking all right. Don't know if Sampaio is going to be really that aware of the idea that he can be shot from below, but he's going to have to make a quick adjustment. Oh, there's Snappy once again finding and springing into the action. There's 30 seconds left. Outsiders need to make their move now.
Steps ahead. He sees the boost as well. The frags go the way of ENCE. 3 rounds behind, trying to make it 2. And this looks like another one to be secured. Flit and James need to hold what they have. Really playing the patience game, but ENCE know. ENCE know they can't go too far. Make one mistake and outsiders will be all over you, waiting for those peaks, waiting for ENCE to seek information. Multiple players on the ramp, how do you respond?
Trying to chase after him, but to no avail. Snappy will get dropped though. Kicker losing that duel a number of times, so it's revenge for him. But outsiders aren't quite done with this A bomb site. Still setting up and waiting for ENCE to make their next move, but they are grinding this clock so damn low. 20 seconds and they haven't gone further forward. Now the smoke and the Molotov will come down, and the nade landing on top of Sampaio, but the boost up is well timed. An instant headshot, and Valde's found his as well. It just keeps on being more and more frags for ENCE. They will guarantee all 30.
Those are exactly the frags they needed. No util left for the CTs.
Place instead. Diha, I think, realizing the error of his ways, trying to make sure that it's not an easy going. Snappy, last time they were in a dire situation, he certainly stepped up, but he's baiting and trying to allow Sampaio enough room. Molotov in at the sandbag, so they're not calling that bluff. Kicker's got a second, and Snappy stands his ground, but gets nothing. A nade from Diha maybe makes it a little bit better, but it's still pain for ENCE, and they still don't know for certain if it's A.
Diha needs a multi-frag. He has the angle to do it. He can pop those heads. That clock is ticking, but there's enough time for outsiders to take this, and they have taken his angles away. 29 seconds, still not committing to this bomb site. Kicker's made his way into B. Does Martin expect anybody to be here? Doesn't look like it, and down he goes. 1 versus 4 now for Diha. He's got so much to do. If he can find a way to take down that bomb carrier, then maybe there is something to be done, but look at all the angles he has to deal with. Looking for the lurker. We can see Flit just waiting around the corner as that bomb starts to get planted. He knows there's a flanker. He found the first one, and now you can see Kicker making things worse, almost guaranteeing a trade frag situation. He'll peek when his teammates shoot. Surely this one's over. Diha's got so much to do in a triangle of doom, and Kicker puts him out of his misery. Outsiders are your ESL Challenger Rotterdam champions.